Welcome back to Great Day St. Louis. This weekend marks the beginning of spring, and for many families, we will be celebrating by doing some spring cleaning. So in addition to cleaning the gutters and organizing your closet, now is also the perfect time to clean up your financial files. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger is here to tell us what we need to keep and what we can toss. Jill, it's always good to see ya.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, it is tax season, which does beg the question, how long do we need to keep all of those old returns?
Hang on to your hats. The IRS can actually look back 3 years when they conduct an audit, and if they identify a substantial error, they can add another 3 years.
Ooh.
That means keep your returns and all of those supporting documents for 6 years just to be safe. Now, of course, if you have many returns from the 90s, no problem. Fire up the shredder, get rid of that. But to be clear, you have to shred these documents. Scammers are going through the trash. They'd love to grab your personal information. Please shred. These are really important things that, again, protect yourself here.
And I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I know that's something my parents are very good about, but the younger generations, sometimes we just toss. So you heard it here from Jill. Definitely shred, get rid, destroy those documents. What about banking and also investment statements and utility bills? How long should we be hanging on to these?
Most people get these electronically. If you still get paper versions, I say utility bills, you can shred them after 45 days. Usually an investment or a bank statement, you can shred it after a month or two, unless you need something for tax purposes. Now, one note here. If you think that you or a relative might apply for Medicaid, there are states that require you to show 5 years worth of those banking and investment statements. So if you think you might need Medicaid, hold on to your statements for 5 years.
Another really good point right there. And as we wrap this up, are there any financial statements that we should be keeping forever?
Well, yeah. I mean, just think about the big milestone events in your life. So a birth and a death certificate, that's a forever. Social Security, a marriage license, a divorce decree, military discharge papers, and estate documents. If you've got paper versions of any of these, do make digital copies. And if you actually have some documents, maybe when you did a renovation of your home, or you bought a big stove, some large asset, you can hang on to the paperwork associated with that until you sell the house or move on. So again, I only do that for tax purposes or proof of purchase in case there's a problem later.
We always appreciate the advice and insight, Jill. Thank you very much. And friends, you can see more of Jill on CBS Mornings and the CBS Evening News. For more analysis, go to JillOnMoney.com.